When I first relocated, there were things that I thought that were standardized based off of where I was from. Just something about those people. And upon like really adjusting to my move now, it's been like going on 2 years. I do realize certain things are really about me, and it's something that I do. And what I think that is that it ties so heavily into my name, which means tomorrow in Spanish. Not literally, it was switched up a little bit, but this is where it derived from. And I generally still tend to feel like it holds that power, and it's imprinted upon my life, like every day of my life. Um, and so I'm saying all of that to say that I have exes out there just like the next woman. Um, Friendships and coworkers from back when, but more in particular, I would want to focus on exes. And it's this common theme that happens, and I've had to come to terms with this is something with me that while I am with the individual, they don't see like a lot of things that come with me are not valued. It's a lot that just does not resonate. And then almost immediately, I'm not even going to say immediately, okay, it could be 5 or 10 years later, these men will be seeking me out desperately, guys. Okay, desperately seeking me out. Okay, obsessed with me, and like finally everything they took for granted, everything they couldn't see while they were with me, just resonate. Is suddenly registered, and each and every time it's too late. And it's always some type of a signature, a footprint, or a footnote, and something that shows me these men are following me. Okay, like they're still following me. And it's made me wonder, what is it that I do? And I would get upset. Like I said, I used to blame the whole place where I came from until the same little shit started happening even where I'm at. And so it's led me to have to ask myself, what do you do? What do you do that's so different and that resonate? Because a person can move on, maybe to somebody more beautiful, more educated, more worldly, but still have this thing for you and keep checking back for you and watching you and viewing you and following you too, all on the internet or and I just don't get it, but I guess I've come to accept it. um I don't speak a lot of my personal on my page here. Um, but as of recent, I've seen the behavior, is still going on. Um, and I guess what it's made like forced me to come to terms with is the fact, and this is not conceit. I'm not a conceited person. I think that's lame, that's whack. A lot of time that's a person trying to convince themselves. But what I found is that I'm irreplaceable, incomparable, unmatched. We've talked about this as I've gotten into talking about my life. When I said peerless, there's no one like me. That's why I don't have friends. you know? Um, I felt horribly about that for most of my life. Only into my later years am I so grateful and thankful for that, being my own individual and my own best friend and my own family. When you are your own person, you know, what do most of us do when we're going through something? Call our mom, call our best friend. It come a point that you have to become those things for yourself. And to me, there's salvation in that, because none of those things will then be thrown back, weaponized, utilized, as a weapon against me. The things that I feel like I don't have for myself, the things I might not know, I go to God with. The things that God can't physically come down on the earth and do for me, He works through people, and things get done for me. You know what I'm saying? One way or the other, right? And I feel more powerful and more in control over my life and what happens and doesn't happen than I ever have in my life as my own woman. But reeling it back in, that I asked someone recently, what do you think that means? Like, if somebody can't get over you or you can't get over someone, and this person said to me in no uncertain terms, they haven't found anyone better, basically. So I'm not making myself out to be the best of nothing, you know. I'm not sitting here comparing myself to no one else or nothing else. But strictly based off of sometimes not a man's words but actions will let you know as a woman all you need to about the imprint that you clearly left, the impact that you obviously had, and even if you're missed, you know. And so it's all flattery for me. Um, there was a time that something like what happened the other day happening could have really triggered me and gotten me on a whole different had me on a whole different type of time with different energy and a different attitude about it, probably a real attitude about it. But I found myself just feeling really calm these days, really content within myself, and taking everything as a learning lesson and tool and just moving right along. And as far as this page is concerned, I see it as a documentary, something that is literally documenting, my life, my history, my heritage. I feel like as Black people sometimes we lose this generation after generation. I have to start so many things from scratch. Whereas it's like if my mother or father had written a book, whether I met them, or separated from them in life and never met them, that I could always come back and know where to find my roots and my history, that it could not be erased. And in these times, and more in particular in this country, I feel like that's always been a constant to erase us as a people and to make us feel like we have not contributed toward the country, have not accomplished anything. And it's mainly because we really suck at our record keeping, and holding on to our heirlooms and the things that represent us, our heritage, our history, our ancestors, whether that could just be pictures, books, things that can't be changed. And so this page, while a lot of people use their profile or their channel, to entertain, to keep up drama, to do a lot of different things, to me, I see it as a testimony and a documentation of my life, my history, my heritage, my family's, unfettered, untampered, as is, untouched, unchanged, unlike everything else out here. And so, of course, a book is really that. That's a whole nother territory. That's where no matter where that person is, in the world, a relative of yours that wants to know where I come from, what was this about, what was that they could find that book anywhere in the world, my God. And so if we took greater responsibility over the tools that we do have to contribute to legacy and something to pass down, we would look at it so much different as just a pastime and a tool for entertainment. When we're gone, these words, these videos, they will still be here. So that puts us in a position of responsibility to something greater than just ourselves and our own egos, right? And so I take that responsibility very, very seriously. And so challenges and people dropping in with petty drama, gossip, disrespectful comments, to just understand, like, this is not that page, it's not that channel. And I'm not going to turn it into a channel like that. Again, the page is dedicated to my child, to my niece, to my sister out here, to the next generation that was innocent out here and that could one day want answers and truth out here. Okay? And so that is what have changed and shifted the direction and the purpose and my passion when it comes to this page, right? And so yeah, I just wanted to drop in and do a quick one. I don't know where I'm at timing wise, a little over 10 minutes right now. And what I might also go ahead and do, because I'm going to make a quick run. What time is it too? But when I get back and make it a point to do is to drop in and possibly pick up a little bit of my life story. Now guys, never expect to be given like every detail and every, bit of the nitty gritty, on these videos. Again, they're just to create a little excitement around the things and some of the things I've been working on and that I will very soon have coming out. I feel good about this channel and the direction that it's headed. And I encourage others to start to look at the things that you do, the times that you spend, and how it will be looked at when you're even gone, and who it will serve, and how it will serve humanity for either the better or the worse. I mean, we have our fun times and videos that we do that just mean nothing, and this is just for the moment, But I'm getting older, whether I look like it or not, and so it makes me want to have more purpose, more passion. It makes me look at this differently, guys, I guess, and I'm going to continue to do that. Like I said, I have multiple profiles, and so maybe on others I could be a little more light, have a little more fun. But this is bigger than me, my work here and beyond. And it means more to me than, even maybe someone it wasn't intended for, finding it and feeling like, oh, they got a piece of me, they found out something they shouldn't have known. Guess what? I'm motivated by something so much greater. And love will always overpower and overshadow hate. Okay? And so it's bigger than that. This content is over the heads of a hater. Although they're going to follow and they're always going to want to be a part of, feel a part of something, even if at the seams of it, they're trying to shut it down, tear it down, or have in the past. They don't matter. They never did. But especially moving forward, they don't matter. And while you're here to tell it, guys, I encourage you to tell your story. For those of us that don't, you just don't want somebody else to beat you to it and to switch it up. Like everything else out here, guys. And the life that you lived, it's like, was it lived? Like that tree in the forest that dropped, if nobody was around, what did it happen, Your words and documentation guaranteed. Okay. So until later, if I don't pick back up later, it'll be soon. So long as God is blessing me to see it. And I wish you guys a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care now.